I really hit the lottery when I was studying German for 2 years in junior high, and then I took German again for 4 years in high school, and they called me to go to Germany. I met a guy in the MTC, same situation. He had 8 years of German, and he went to Amsterdam on his mission. So it was really an interesting time to be able to have the classes, the German background, and be able to go over to Germany. I don't know if God protects everyone all the time, because I've heard of some bad things that have happened to other companionships. But I know on one instance that my life was preserved. We were riding on a road that was really too fast. The speed limit was too fast for not having any sidewalks or anything to protect bicyclists with. So I thought that there was no car coming behind me. So I came up, I turned around this way, and I had gone too far out into the lane, and the car hit me, and it was going 65 miles an hour. It threw me off my bike. I just kept sliding. My companion heard me yell. I think he just came right back, and then he threw the bicycle down on the ground. He said, "Eller, are you okay?" And I said, "I think so." He says, "Yeah, you're really beat up. I mean, we got to call the hospital." So he did. He called the hospital. The driver of that car called the hospital too, and the police came. And my life was preserved. I walked off. I carried my bike off. The driver came off after, and he said, "How are you alive?" I was going 65, and you swerved into me. And I said, "I know, I'm so sorry." But he said, "You're here, so you must be doing something right." I like to think I was. All in all, I just kind of walked the bike off and went on the sidewalk, and then we just started riding on our own way again to our appointment. One lady, she was making us dinner as missionaries. It was raw hamburger on a piece of bread. I turned to my companion, and he says, "No, you need to eat it. They made it for you." She waited probably 2 weeks to be able to get you enough meat to make a lunch. And I said, "But I don't like raw hamburger, bread sandwich." And he says, "Well, give it to me." So he gave it to the dog. When she came in and left again, then he put it down, gave it to the dog, and we felt like at least it was used properly. He loved it, but he didn't want to eat mine too. Sweet people who would wait for weeks to have enough money to give you a lunch, and they hardly know you. That's the German people. But I thank Dad. He was paying $500 a month for my mission to Germany, and I didn't want to have that happen and just have him pay money when I figured he didn't have it. I kept as much money out of these missionary payments, these monthly payments, as I could. I don't know why, but I just decided to give him a bunch of money back at the end of my mission. I was being really honorable in doing that, and not buying yogurts and not buying things in Germany that I didn't really need. But I ended up having about 500 extra at the end of the mission to give to Dad. So it was almost like an anointing or something. I said, "Dad, I just want to give you something." I gave it to him. He says, "What's this?" And I said, "This is money that I saved by being very frugal, and thank you for paying for this mission." And he said, "You idiot, you should have spent it." And I said, "No, Dad, it's okay." And he said, I gave you the money so that you could live off of it." We got into a little tiff there, but it was healthy. There might have been a swear word in there from Dad. So that's how it was. I loved it. Ich habe Deutsch gelernt in Oberschule für 6 Jahre und meine Lingua benutzt in Alemania, in Deutschland. Ich habe Zeiten gehabt in meinem Leben, wo es gibt kein anderer Weg als tener der Heilige Geist in meinem Leben. Ich bin ganz dankbar für alles in meinem Leben, dass ich lebe noch und dass ich habe eine schöne Familie mit mir.